Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be going over several stocks that have potential. Last video was insane. A lot of stocks rip face. Before I do that though, this display MRM yesterday after hours ran almost 165%. This was less than 2 hours from 750 to almost $20. I'm mentioning this because there was someone on the team that mentioned it early, right? And there are times where I'm busy with stuff outside or I just can't, mention trade ideas. So this is why it's important, in my opinion, to have a solid community when you're trading because you could pretty much just work together, right? Because trading is already very hard as it is. But if you have as much support as you can, it's going to be beneficial, right? The other play, BIAF, this one I said several times over and over that this was the top play. This was around $5 in pre-market, and then this ended up ripping face to 729 again in less than 2 hours. The reason it's really important to mention the time frame is because when you're trading, a lot of people, they're busy, right? Work, school, or something. It's good to just knock a play out and then just log out and enjoy your day, in my opinion. And these plays I mentioned in the previous trading video: SHOT, INDP, DXF, PSTV, FOFO, IXHL, GNS. These were very good plays that were just ripping face. And I talked about them in my video. So first stock for the video today is ABP. This one is interesting. This is a micro penny. If you know trading, micro penny is when a stock is under 25 cents, in my opinion, right? And these have been really hot the past couple of months, actually. If you remember the time I mentioned these stocks that were similar price range. Remember that stock I mentioned, ATCH, I mentioned Gibbo. There was many stocks that were under 25 cents, and then it ended up ripping face like CJET as well. So ABP, this one has collaboration potential partnership in its pipeline. This is a biotech company focused on antibody-based therapeutic. So ABP, I'm going to be watching this stock in the coming sessions. Next stock, CTMX. This one is another stock that's in the similar space, biotech space. So this stock, again, has potential collaboration and partnership angle as well. They have major names, for example, Moderna, BMS, and etc. So if you look at the pipeline of CTMX, this is really interesting. You want to look at this technical chart as well for potential multi-day setup. As you guys know, multi-day setup is one of my favorite strategies in trading and is one of the best in my opinion. And I will be making more educational videos about that soon. So next stock, SGD. This one you gotta keep an eye on, guys. This is a real estate sector play. So if you've been noticing the past couple of weeks, remember these real estate plays have been just ripping. This has been popping. Remember IHT, remember LRE, I believe Open. There was many more like WHLR. This one SGD is also involved in the kind of AI tech space via subsidiary. This stock also recently acquired Resource Group US Holding LLC. So I'm going to be watching SGD as well because this stock actually was a former big runner as well. If you remember what I said about trading, it's really important where this stocks have personality, right? So if a stock made a big run in the past, then you have to keep an eye on the price action because it likely history repeats when it comes to small cap, right? So next stock is BBLG, Bone Biologic Corp. This one looks really interesting. Technical setup, the range on this chart as well. This stock is a company in this sector where regenerative medicine space focusing on bone regeneration, especially in spinal fusion. BBLG, this one again, this is a former runner. I remember a couple years ago, this was a nice play. I'm going to be keeping an eye on BBLG. Next stock, AREB. This one, American Rebel Holding. So this is a stock, if you look at the chart, it actually is forming a potential multi-day setup as well. The reason I mention a lot of multi-day setup in my videos is because I know a lot of people say they like swing trading, and on top of that, the videos could provide opportunity for swing trading because I know a lot of people are busy with work, so they can't really day trade all the time. So AREB, if you look at this chart, it made a big move up and then it consolidated, and now it's trying for that multi-day angle. This is a recent reverse split name as well. The reason I'm mentioning that is because when it comes to trading, reverse split is a really hot theme. I mean, it's a really hot angle where the stock actually, after a reverse split, it gets really thin. And once the stock gets really thin, it doesn't really require a lot of volume for it to push up, right? So AREB is making a really nice move. I'm going to be watching this stock as well. And if you have any other stocks you're bullish on or want me to make a video, just drop down in the comments, guys. Most of the stocks I talk about in my videos are from the community, right? So I'm just trying to help and give back by making these videos for everybody that's interested. So next stock is APDN. This one, Applied DNA Sciences. Actually, I did make a video on this stock a few weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. You could check. And then if you pull up APDN, it made a really big move yesterday, Friday, where this stock went from 290. It was like 290s, and it went to 542 in just a matter of a few hours. So the thing with my swing trading in general is that a stock is not always going to run the next day, right? So it's really important, in my opinion, to scale in very smart. So if you're swing trade, actually, I'm gonna go more into depth in that in my educational videos, but you don't want to basically go all in when you're trying to swing trade. You want to scale in smartly, because oftentimes these small cap, they often dip, they go down, right? So you don't want to be stuck in a bad situation, right? So APDN, this one, very nice move. This is again in the biotech, the sector that I talked about in my previous video, right? So next stock is Ring Energy Inc. REI. This one is in that oil and gas type of area, right? So the reason I'm mentioning this stock, if you've been noticing lately, these stocks have been moving pretty nice in this sector. And REI, if you look at the fundamentally wise, is currently trading, in my opinion, at a low PE, right? This according to the trailing earnings, right? It's very low in my opinion. So this one, keep an eye on this stock. I mean, look at the daily chart as well. It's starting to form a bullish uptrend as well. So next stock is GPUS, hyperscale data. I see a lot of people that were really bullish on this stock on Friday, yesterday, right? I saw people in the live chat. There were several people saying they're swing trading this stock. And I do see that angle. I mean, GPUS has recently had news where they talked about NVIDIA. If you watch my videos, what is the significance of that, right? So when a small cap has connection with any large cap, Apple, Tesla, Google, it doesn't really matter, Amazon, it's usually 90% of the time a good thing, right? Because think about it, if a small cap, they're like irrelevant, in my opinion, and you're basically collaborating with a giant like Tesla or NVIDIA. So GPUS, looking at the chart, I mean, it is consolidating. This does look like it had potentially do a multi-day setup. You do want to do more research on every stock I mention it every day, because for these stocks I mentioned a few bullet points, right? Because I don't want to make the video like 30 minutes or an hour long. So it's important to do your own research if you're interested in these companies. But basically, this stock is actually doing a special dividend. It's like a one-time dividend where it's a catalyst coming up. I believe it's October 6th, right? To the people that hold GPUS. So this one, again, recently had NVIDIA news, and I'm going to be watching this stock. The key level, I want to see over 50 cents for a continuation, right? The stock it also has a lot of range on the daily chart as well, if you pull it up right now. So last stock for the video is, no, there's two more stock, QMMM. This one, I mentioned it early. That first day went crazy. This was a 2,300% ripper. So QMMM, this is in that bullish sector as well, right? Remember that crypto treasury theme. Remember this whole year, it's been really hot. The Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, really hot this year. So this one, basically, they're trying to do a strategic shift towards integrating blockchain, AI, and cryptocurrency treasury. So the reason I'm mentioning this stock, even though it ran so much, look at this chart. It's not fading. QMMM is holding over that $100 psychological area, the very important pivot when it comes to trading, when it comes to even large caps. $100 is very important. So look at this stock. It's just consolidating over that. Well, I'm going to be watching this stock closely. So last stock for the video, guys, DKI, FOFO, and HKD. These stocks, if you remember what I said previous videos, the China mania, right? HKD was a stock, I believe, that ran 20,000%. And if you're watching this video, you already know that's crazy. That's not something that happens every day. So I mentioned FOFO. This was, I believe, a week or two ago. This was around the $5 range on YouTube live stream, as well as on Twitter. You could check my previous history. It's there. And then look at it now. Fofo is at like $50, right? Let me double check. Fofo is almost $50. So this is making a parabolic move. And if you know me, right? If you know the stocks I like to mention, there's basically supernovas. So if you look at DKI, this is another one of the similar Hong Kong type of stock with the daily chart setup as well. So keep an eye on these type of stocks. And when it comes to Chinese stocks like FOFO, HKD, or any stock, when you're talking about China, Hong Kong, Singapore, it's really important to understand that there's something called liquidation event, where I've seen these type of stocks go from they drop basically like 98, 95%. I'm not even kidding. So if you do want to trade these setups, it's just my opinion. I highly recommend you don't go huge size on these plays, because yes, they could keep going higher, 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 but when it comes to risk management, there could be times where it doesn't work out good, right? But again, you have to keep an eye on these type of stocks, DKI, FOFO, because history, I'm telling you, I've been trading a while, many years, and oftentimes I've seen these type of plays where they make similar type of runs, right? So that's pretty much for the video, guys. If you have any questions, write down in the comments below. And I'm gonna be making a lot more educational videos, guys. I'm gonna be dropping probably like 2 this weekend. And I'm just trying to help people, guys. So if you can, guys, like the video, comment, and maybe share, because it grows the community, right? And have a great weekend, guys. I think next week we're gonna destroy it. Let's go. We're entering a new month as well. October is generally very good for small cap, based on my experience. All right, guys. Have a great night. Good night, everybody.